Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Mother's Day 2021 Stout Sunday. And here we go with the music. All right, that's my intro. Now, John and Neely has a little bit better one. Anyway, here we are for Stout Sunday. I'm in Louisiana, and I have a beer called Coffee Shop Assault Vehicle. And I'll show you all this real fast. Here's a coffee shop denizen with his hat and his flannel shirt and all his tattoos on his arms and his ear holes, riding a scooter with a cat and his cup of coffee stout, dudes. It's on, dudes. It's on, dudes. It's all about craft beer, man. And this is using bourbon barrel aged coffee beans from a company called Paradise Roasters. And now Michael Komaroff of Brooklyn, New York City, New York.
Okay, what I have today from Tadcaster, England, the UK, is their Samuel Smith's Oatmeal Stout at 5% ABV. 1 pint, 2.7 fluid ounces. And it's a product of England. And here we are.
That's a delicious beer, especially with the well water there.
Yep, it's made with specialty well water.
I love it.
And it's fermented in Yorkshire stone squares. There's John and Neely, the exile.
What's up, Johnny boy?
Now, from New Jersey, everyone, the Garden State. So we have the Magnolia State, Sportsman's Paradise, the Empire State, and now the Garden State.
I got DeKalb's Trode's coffee, not coffee. I think it's just a stout.
Grand Cacao.
Alex, I think it's a chocolate stout.
Oh, so DeKalb's chocolate stout. So I'm looking forward to trying this. I guess next time around I open it up, if I remember correctly.
It's fine. Either way you want to do it. We're all going to drink it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to all drink our own beer. We can't drink over the internet yet. All right. One day we'll be able to smell it and taste it and drink each other's beer over the internet. That's what I'm waiting for. All right. Without any technical difficulties. Okay. So I poured mine, and it had a thin beige, khaki head. It's dark brown, like black, right? No lacing though. But these, when you get above 8 or 9%, you don't really get too much lacing. There's a little, and the head will die away kind of fast. Now, Lupulin Brewing Company, Big Lake, Minnesota. I'm gonna mute you, Alex, because I think you got a little reverb, but we'll get back to that. Now, we sell beers around a year or two ago down here. I don't know why Louisiana gets them, and in other states will tell me, well, we live in Iowa, we can't get it. You know, it's strange. Like Michael Komaroff, I got Genesee Cream Ale in Metairie, Louisiana, but he lives in New York and he can't get it. And I'm on the Gulf Coast and I get it now. Does that make sense, folks? No, it doesn't. All right. I think I'm freezing up a little bit. Okay. Guinness Foreign Extra Stout. That's a good choice, Ozzy. That's my favorite. Commerce Ozzy. That's my favorite Guinness beer. All right. So I don't know what it cost, but it was like $1.99. You know, this thing was a little bit expensive. Okay. More like $4.99. It smells like coffee and chocolate and dark malt. And it tastes like those things. Initially, there was no bitterness, but the strange bitterness comes. So I was saying the IBUs would be like half a hop cone out of 5. Like 10% bitter. Now I'm starting to think maybe it's 20% bitter. Still, it's not you wouldn't think a bitter beer. It's dessert. It's cocoa powder or cacao. Now I'll tell y'all real fast. Here's the information that you all have been waiting for. Cacao is a weird name, right? Well, there was this British explorer apparently in the Guinea coast of Africa back in the colonial days, age of exploration and all. And he was, exploring, and he found these cocoa beans, which grow on a tree or plant, like a bush, like a banana tree or banana plant tree. So he says, oh, cocoa beans. And he's going to write a report back to England. Well, he was good at exploring. He wasn't so good at spelling. So he thought cocoa was spelled C-A-C-A-O instead of C-O-C-O-A. So he's trying to write cocoa beans, but he writes cacao beans. So he goes back to England. He sends the report to England, and they say, oh, well, he's a professor. It must be pronounced cacao. So that's how the word cacao, all because of someone's spelling a word incorrectly. But it's supposed to be cocoa. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? All right. So cheers to you guys. Hey, you guys. All right. Look, if you love a chocolate bar, if you love coffee, dark roasted malts, a heavy body with a velvety mouth and a sweet finish, if you love dessert, this is a chocolate bar in a can, and I am not kidding about this. This is no joke. This is not an alert. This is not a drill. This is an alert, not a drill. This is the real thing. This is like Rosemary said in 1968. This is no dream. This is really happening. So, oh man, you never know, because when you smell things, they smell like they're going to be dynamite. Sometimes the flavor's kind of ho-hum. Not in this case. This is living up to its billing. It gets an outstanding score on Beer Advocate. It gets a super high score on Untappd. And it deserves it. I can't remember what Rate Beer said. I'm going to have to look that up. But I rate this a letter D for dynamite. Oh, wait, unless it's rated yet. I'm sorry, that was a preliminary rating.
Okay, so hello, everybody, viewing Stout Sunday. And this is from Samuel Smith of Tadcaster, England. It's their oatmeal stout at 5% ABV, and it comes in this 1 pint, 2.7 ounce bottle. Talk about their mineral springs where it's brewed and the squares that they use in their brewing process, which are all very interesting. I will open it up and put it into the glass.
Okay.
And let's see about what kind of pour I can do.
All right, join Beer Hound. Join Beer Hound. Hello, Mackerel. He lives at the Bates Motel. All right.
There's still more in there, but we're not going to go to the top. If you notice, it's a very dark brown color, and you can, if you look through it, it's not opaque. So it's dark brown, but you can see red highlights through it. Yeah. So it's got like a reddish hue through it, but it's definitely dark brown. It's not black, it's brown. And the head is, what came out is like a slim beige to tan head, and it's regenerating, so you're getting lacing and head retention on the top. Let me get a nose on it.
All right, join Josh, join Josh, join. All right.
Okay, I'm getting dark roasted malts. I'm getting some residual coffee and chocolate in the background. Not a heavy duty nose in that, but there is some going on. You're getting kind of, you can't really smell creaminess, but you're getting kind of, you can tell that there is creaminess in the taste just from the smell. I don't know, it's just like after you've done several of these type beers, you just realize, I don't think they use any lactose in it, but you're getting that kind of feel to it. So without further ado, let me take a sip. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Hey, Michael, you want to hear something?
What'd you say, Jay?
Want to hear something funny?
Yes.
I was reading a written review for one I'm reviewing, and somebody was talking about the residential sweetness.
Residential instead of residual. I like that.
I said residential. Okay.
They were in the suburbs, I guess, right?
Right. It was a bedroom stout. All right.
Okay, so the flavor does follow the nose in that you do get the dark roasted malts and the taste, and you're getting mild, like I said, coffee and chocolate in it. It is smooth. It's 5%. It's a session type beer, but it's smooth. And I do, from this and other Samuel Smith's beer, do get that minerally quality. But it's funny. The minerally quality, I think, shows you the quality of the beer because it's like it comes from a spring and the spring has an effect on the brewing process. So the minerally quality is a good thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't think they use any lactose in this, but it does have kind of like an oat type, feel, like a bread type note in it as well.
They probably use oats because it's oatmeal. So
There could be oats in it. I'm not actually sure.
Yeah, if it's oatmeal stout, they use oats.
Probably some type of oat is used in it. It's very good. And when you've been brewing for a couple of 100 years, you do get good at what you're doing. So I would say this is probably one of the earliest oatmeal stouts, even though I can't say it's the first one that was ever made, but it's probably one of the earlier ones. And on the top, it says the celebrated oatmeal stout. So it's been around for a long time. I'm enjoying it, and I'll come back with a number after everybody gives their review.
Okay. And you're looking at about $4.99?
I think it was like including tax, it came to like $5.
Yeah. Oh man. Yes, you're right, John. You are right. You join, John. Join, John. Join. All right.
I believe he's away there, legendary.
People can join remotely. You know what I mean. This is the modern.
So we got decals,
Grand Cacao.
Brand decal
From Trogs, not Cacao's, Trogs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Decal, Troves,
Right.
chocolate stout. So let's pour this up, and let me get a see. I don't remember having this beer, at least, but I had Troves before.
We don't get their beers down here, I'm afraid.
That's a shock. Should be able to get it since the situation. You know what I mean? I thought.
I don't know what situation you're talking about. The situation I know of is that they don't send it here. That's the situation.
No, I was talking about the COVID thing. I didn't want to say.
Oh yeah, I mean that's irrelevant because.
Yeah, it's going away, right? Okay, all right. So free finger, 4-finger head. Nice frothy bubbles, man. Smells pretty good. Smells like a chocolate. Is it going to be creamy? I don't know. Nice and dark. I mean, if I see in the light here, there's a light here. You can see that reddish copper color. You can see through it a little bit. They're a little reddish, and you can see the bubbles going up. The carbonation. So smells pretty good. Let's see what it tastes like, shall we? Cheers. I mean, I've had this for a couple of months. The good thing I got it done. Yeah, 6.5 by volume. I don't know if that was. I don't know. It's not that bad. Tastes tastes like chocolate. Has that sweetness to it.
Join Beardy Beer Reviews. Join Beardy Beer Reviews. You like that chocolate, I bet.
Very tasty. It has a little bit of a creaminess, a light mouthfeel. It just goes down smooth. Yeah, and has that great sweetness to it. Yeah, please, if you can get, if you're, it's a 6.5 or yeah, something like that. So yeah, 6.5. So if you don't want a stronger stout, because obviously I have a history of having obviously a whole bunch of stuff with KBS and stuff like that. So if you don't want this kind of beer, grab this kind of beer. If you're a beginner stout lover, I dived in right into the strong beers. I don't know why I did that, but actually I had no choice. My sister got them for me for Christmas one day, so that's how I got into that. So, but yeah, if you don't have that, try to drink a lighter stout like this. If you're trying to get into stouts, if you don't want to dive into the stronger stouts, so it's a good beginner, I think. Very good beer. What do you think there, Ron? I think that you agree, right? I mean, you never obviously drink this. But
Well, I agree that you like it. I can't attest to the flavor since I'm not trying it, but I mean, you seem to have a good sense of that. Now, before we move on to my score, can you tell the audience how did Saturday food and beer go?
Oh, it went well. It went well.
You didn't do Food Friday. You did Saturday food.
Yeah, yeah, it's what I do if I end up not doing it. If I don't do it, and sometimes I'll have one of my YouTube friends take over, like Bumpy or Drunken One or John and Ellie, known as Georgia Beer Reviews. Or most of the time, if I don't do that, I switch it to Saturday and I do Saturday food Saturdays with Alex. That's very rare.
Right. And you and I agreed to take turns doing Stout Sunday when John and Haley can't do it, right?
Yes. Unless you happen to be at a baseball game or some sort.
Right. Yeah, that could happen because I do have season tickets. All right.
Yeah. So, and I appreciate that, Ron. I appreciate you talking to me. I get too excited about doing Stout Sunday, helping Johnny Boy, and I'm pretty sure you're the same way. That's what's going on there with you. So we're basically both excited to help Johnny Boy out. So
right.
Cheers, Ron, and thanks for being my partner. Keep it up.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right.
Now we're back. And as you can see by looking at our scrolling highlights banner, look at the score I gave.
Uh-oh, it's going to be a high one.
You look down there, you'll see what it is.
Oh, 100.
That's right. Oh, what a great beer. I know y'all are jealous. I know you're getting jealous, and I'm jealous of myself. I'm envious of my own self right now. I'm jealous of myself for drinking this beer. And you say, well, that's kind of insane. Have you gone mad? I'm always kind of crazy, you know. But what I mean is I'm jealous that I can't drink it twice because I only got one can. All right, anyway.
But where'd you get it? You can always go back to that store and get more. Then you won't have to be so jealous of yourself anymore.
Right. Well, you got to bring up these technical details. All right. Anyway,
the same thing. I'm very positive, Ron. Sorry about that, brother. I know you can do it.
And I would have to spend $5 more, but it is great. And if it's 100 out of 100, we don't mind spending the money. But maybe I'll buy another can for a duo review. But honestly, my friend David's not really big on these dessert beers, so he might not care for it. He might say, he would say, like, if you want to eat candy, go get a candy, go get a chocolate bar if you want to eat chocolate. Why you want to drink beer that tastes like a chocolate bar? What's wrong with y'all? So I would say, well, okay, you got me. But anyway, so that's mine, 100 out of 100. It's an outstanding beer. And obviously I'm just kidding that I'm jealous of myself, but I like to make absurd statements. Now, here we go back to Brooklyn, New York. Get ready, folks. Brooklyn, New York. Do you hear me?
Okay, so there's the look of the bottle again. And it's bigger than an Imperial pint because it's 550 milliliters. So 1 pint, 2.7 fluid ounces, 18.7. And like Jay said, around the $5 area is what most of these Samuel Smith products cost. So they're, I don't know, it's, I guess, reasonably priced for what you're getting. I guess the head has gotten even thinner a little bit, but it's still, regenerating and whatever. So that part's fine. This is definitely an A beer for sure. I wouldn't say it's an A plus, but maybe that's because I probably would not give any oatmeal stout an A plus. It's an A. I'm going to give it a 94.
Do you ever eat oatmeal?
It's an A. Solid A. Very good.
Do you ever eat oatmeal?
Yes.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say that I'm really that much of a hot cereal kind of person. I'm really not a cold cereal person either. That's not my breakfast fare. But I have had hot cereal in the past. Oatmeal's okay. I mean, it's not my favorite thing. It's not my most hated thing. I do like oats in beer sometimes, and this is handled, rather well. And I would buy it again. And I have had their Taddy Porter. I've had their Imperial Stout, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, their Imperial Stout is only 7.5%. So it's not like the Imperial Stouts that we're dealing with in the United States. So it's lower alcohol anyway. But this is more of like a nice creamy stout that follows the pretty classic style that is brewed. And so 94, solid A. And we're going to do shout outs now. Wait till we come around again.
We'll wait. Hey,
I'm good with this beer, though.
Would anybody like to know what I had for breakfast this morning?
Sure.
That's right, John Buzzinga. I had a bowl of grits, Quaker grits, and I put Hondureña cheese in it. Okay, if you insist, I'll show it to you.
He's probably going to eat it in front of us now. Watch.
That actually sounds interesting.
He's probably going to do a food review right now.
I like grits.
But Michael, do you think? I think Ron Terrio should do a food review right now. I really think he should.
No, they're not made. I already ate them. They're in my body.
They're gone. They're in his gullet.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Quaker. Great Value, which is probably made by Quaker. By Quaker. So grits. What are grits, folks? Everyone, what are grits? What are grits?
Kind of looks like a cream of wheat, kind of like an original cream of wheat. I mean, that's what I get it at. That's what it looks like. Legendary Ron, would you?
Anybody want to take a guess? What is a grit?
I know it's some kind of grain. Am I correct? It's a grain. It's a hominy.
Yes,
hominy.
It's white corn.
Yeah, but it does look like cream of wheat, though, Legendary Ron.
Yeah, but it's corn. It's corn that's
true that
crushed up in the granules. Hominy, they take the corn kernels and they soak them in salt water, I think, and they puff up like a popcorn, and then they dry them and they pulverize them into little. Well, I'll show you. I'll take the cap off. Watch. See, y'all can learn stuff on Stout Sunday.
Again, Ron knows everything. That's what I like about him.
I don't. And then you add water, of course, and some salt and spices, and you heat them up, and they turn into like a soft. What do you describe that as, Michael? Like a porridge?
Right, like porridge. And you added cheese to it. Did the cheese enhance the taste of the grits?
Yes. I put it in there and melted it. This is very hard Hondureña cheese. It's like a brick, but when you get it hot, it'll melt. Queso Doro, hard cheese. Then I put some black pepper, and I thought I should add this to it to give it a final shot of excitement.
Because you like hot sauce.
Yeah.
Hey, Legendary Ron, do you still do food reviews? You used to do it, because there is a list.
I never did food reviews. I just did food pairings with beer.
Oh no, but I've seen you cook. That's what I'm asking you, because I've seen you grill or something on like sausage or something like that. I don't know if it's a list, but there's somewhere around there. I saw something a while back. And it's like, this is you. It's showing a sausage thing in a package.
Jay, I've seen you actually eat during your beer review, where you actually.
He's done that. Yes,
during the-
he's done that
I've
at
seen
6
that.
o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I've seen him do that too.
Yeah, Alex is going to get his score. Yes, I've done that. I don't make a habit of it. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I would like to see a Ron Terrio food review tomorrow with his beer again. I think that's so cool. It's kind of, I like his regular beer reviews and also the food
I do
reviews.
snacks. If you ever, I do a lot of snack reviews with the beer.
Okay, that's what you do too as well. So you not only do your meals, you also do that too, which is I think is amazing. That's my favorite too because I think I messaged you to do it again because at one point you stopped for a little bit with the snacks. So this beer, yeah, the snack stuff's so cool. Especially Ron's favorite is that what's it called again? Some kind of ham, but it was like every time
deviled ham, or corned beef, or potted meat, or Vienna sausage, or I was doing chunk chicken recently. All right, score.
Sorry about that, legendary Ron. I'm going to give this a 95. Good beer. If the legendary Ron Terrio and Michael and all that, and all the people in the chat, please try to get this if you can. I think this is Pennsylvania. I'm not sure.
It is.
Yeah, so if you're around Pennsylvania or around in this area, please jump on board and get this beer or any of the Troves beers and give them a shot. Cheers. The shout outs, I guess we'll do next round.
All right. So we got 100, a 95, and a 95. I'm going to calculate that right now. 100 plus 95 plus 95 equals.
I'm 94, Jay. 94, not 95.
Oh, you said 94?
Yep.
Hold on a second.
You can revamp it.
Oh, I put it. Oh, yeah, I wrote it on there. I just forgot.
Oh,
Okay.
Ron, you're true.
All right. May as well be accurate. It's cool.
I'm absent-minded like that. It averages to a 96, which I would consider a success. Look what I bought yesterday.
Looks like is it a stout?
Is that new?
Yes.
I have never seen that. I would try that.
Wait a minute. Oh, it's a 10%. Holy God. Okay.
Wow. I would try that. I've had their original Dragon Stout. I've never had.
Here's the problem.
Oh, it's only 9.6 ounces.
What is this brewery, Ron Terrio?
Michael can tell you who makes it. You might be shocked who makes it.
Okay. Go ahead, Michael.
I'm trying to. It's a Jamaican beer, and it's from the same company that makes. What's the famous Jamaican beer? I'm drawing a blank. I know who it is, and I can't think of it now.
They make the same kind that makes what?
What's the other beer? What's their lager beer? They have a lager.
Red Stripe.
It's Red Stripe.
Oh. So the brewery's called Red Stripe. All right.
No, the brewery's called Desno and Geddes.
Oh, Desno.
Red Stripe is a more famous beer in Jamaica than the Dragon Stout.
Right, but in Jamaica, Red Stripe is popular, and they also make Red Stripe Radlers, which we don't get, and they make a Red Stripe Light, which we no longer get. But the thing that the Jamaicans drink that's more like the specialty product, which is actually older than Red Stripe. Their first beer was called Dragon Stout.
I'll have to look for that.
Yeah, now they come out with this new one called Dragon Stout Fire, 10%. And I saw it. Was it a good deal? No. It was $2.99, $2.99 for that little tiny bottle. Is that a good deal? No way.
A good deal would be a bigger bottle.
Right. But I figured you got to get it. You know, when you see that, you got to buy it. So
True that.
If Dragon Stout, the regular, is any indication, and I think that's what, 8.6, Michael, something like that.
Something like that.
If that's any indication, this one's going to be fire. You know, this one's going to be great. A much better value per bottle is the Lion Stout, like Commerce Ozzy is talking about, because you get a full bottle, well, 11.2, but it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. Yeah, lime stout is
and he got his for $2 a can, which is a really good price.
right. Now, one more little. You're right. Now, shout outs, Beer de Garde tomorrow night. I could not find a Beer de Garde. I went to a beer store yesterday, and I told the guy, "Y'all have Beer de Garde?" No, I never heard of that. He tells me just like this. No, I've never heard of that.
But legendary Ron, if you go on Bumpy's channel, you go in the description, and he has all these beers listed, so you can basically show the person, hey, that beer, that beer. This way,
but I know what a Beer de Garde is. So I said, it's from France. It's a style of French beer. And he tells me, we don't have any French beer. And I wanted to go grab a Kronenberg off the shelf and say, what is this? Tell me what Kronenberg is. But I said, this guy, you know, I didn't want to make a confrontation for no purpose. I said, he obviously doesn't really know what he's talking about. So I don't think they had any Beer de Garde, but I wasn't, you know, I didn't care. I got the Dragon Stout Fire. I was already paying too much for it. So I said, let me just get out of here, you know. Even Bumpy admitted that Beer de Garde was like an almost impossible style of find, and that he wasn't gonna. He said he might not even show up to his own hangout.
Oh my God! Wow, Ron.
It's not the first time it happened, and he said if he can't find it, it's happened. All right, now, get this straight in my head. Wednesday night. Oh, we'll get to that in a second. Now, tomorrow, Tuesday morning at dawn, Busters is Dewar's White Label, which has been performing exactly the way I predicted, meaning it's not performing that well. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with Dewar's. Let's get that straight. It's brewed on, distilled under a royal warrant. It tastes fine. There's no negatives. It's just that it's not that great. It's just sort of ordinary, but the price is elevated. So you're going to pay $18 to $20 a bottle, but it doesn't typically beat things like Sir Malcolm, which is about $9 or $10 a bottle. So that the problem there is that you're paying twice, but you're getting the same. So I'd rather pay half and get the same than pay twice and get the same. But anyway, you know, that's the way it. A lot of times, Michael, and you know this, a lot of times when you buy these products, you're buying the name more than the product. One more thing I'll show you, and then we're going to go to Michael.
Well, Ron, as long as you like it, that's what matters, brother.
Yeah, but are you getting? Yeah, but that's a nice statement to make. But are you getting the point? Yeah, I like it. That's not the issue. The issue is I like a lot of other things that are half the price. Is what I'm.
True that. True that.
So why would I pay $20 for something that's no better than something that's $10? The answer is I wouldn't do that. Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Western time, Pacific time, is any Kona beer. Any Kona beer. Well, I happen to get a good deal on this.
Kona. What a secret. Kona.
From Hawaii.
Originated in Hawaii, and they still have a brewery in Hawaii, and you can tour it. This is one of their originals, the Big Wave. I think the company started in 1994.
I've heard of the Big Wave. I've heard of that.
Yeah, they had it on sale at Albertsons for $7.99. So I figured.
But where's the liquor store you always go to? The other store that's really famous. Well, at least in my book, when it comes to your YouTube videos.
The Thurns.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, well, it wasn't $7.99 there. That's why I was shopping around. You know what I mean? This is not Best by April 2nd. It's April 7th. It's born on April 7th. So that's not a bad date, and it's got a born on date, guys. That way, I don't have to give it a 10% less score.
Now, can I just get Hawaii beer though, Ron Terrio? I mean, Tacona. Does it have to be Tacona, or it could be a Hawaii beer?
Any Kona beer. Now, let me give you some good information.
Okay.
Kona. Listen. Kona has an excellent locator tool on their website. If you type in your zip code, it's going to show you what stores have Kona. And not only that, it's going to show you what Kona beers they carry and in what packaging. It'll tell you if they've got 6-packs of whatever, tall cans, whatever. So it's very specific on their locating tool, helpfulness, whatever you say there, that utility. So don't tell me Now, if somebody tells me, well, I looked it up on the website and there's nothing in my area, okay, fine. But it is pretty widely available these days. So I have a feeling that most people that look for Kona will find it. They may not find the one they're looking for, but they should find a Kona beer. And you may not want to pay what they're charging. I can understand that. Now, Michael's got some promos I would assume.
Okay, so this Tuesday on Beer and Cheese Tuesday, Beer Man is going to be featuring goat cheese with the sour beer. So you can use any sour beer. You can use any type goat cheese that you want. So that's the pairing on that. And then John and Illy, I think, will be back on Sunday next week for Stout Sunday, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time. And for show and tell today, I'm not sure whether Jay can get this. I think Alex would probably get this. This is from Brooklyn Brewing. Jay, you can get some Brooklyn stuff, right?
Not like we used to, but we get some.
Okay, this is one of their specialty things, so maybe it would be harder for you to find. Alex, this is called their Black Ops.
Ooh, I've had one of their beers, but I've never had that.
Okay, it comes in, your 25.4 ounce champagne type bottle.
Well, that's what I want. I love my beer.
This costs about $20. So, it's a little bit pricey, but what you're getting, it's 100% bottle fermented, and it's a stout aged in bourbon barrels, and it has champagne yeast in it. So when you do open this, I have a feeling that you're going to get the champagne effect, even though I had this a long time ago. I haven't had this in a really long time.
Hey, Michael, can you do me a favor and look up my area? I don't want to say my area, obviously.
Look up where you can get Brooklyn beers?
Yeah, I could say it. Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Total Wine. I want to try to find. I wonder if they have it. I mean,
I could look it up for you. I'll do it after the show and then just send it back on Messenger to you if I find it. Whatever. I would say that there's a good chance because it's out of Brooklyn, New York is where their location is. Most of the brewing does go on in Utica, New York, at the FX Matt Brewery, which also brews Saranac. But they do brew things at the Brooklyn location as well. And it's, I guess, about 5 miles maybe from my house. I've been there several times. It's a good place. And I like Brooklyn Brewery.
Now, Michael, did you ever have that beer before and you just savoring that?
But a long time ago. I haven't had it.
Okay.
I have this bottle, which is chilled, and I guess it could be used at any time.
And how old is it?
Let me see if I can get a date on it.
I've seen those in Louisiana, actually, but back 10 years ago, Brooklyn was a hot thing around here, but then it just faded.
Okay, this is from 2016, which means...
Okay, so 3 or 4 years ago. All right,
this is 5 years, going on 5 years old. Now, it's high alcohol also, so it could keep for probably fairly indefinite amount of time.
Oh, so it's kind of like a KBS, a CBS, those stronger beers.
I think the difference in this, though, this is not going to be chocolate. This is not going to be typical KBS and CBS because this is going to be mainly the champagne yeast and the bourbon barrel effect without having the coffee, the Mackinac fudge, or some of the other things that are in their beers, the maple syrup. So this is going to be a little bit different, but it's bourbon barrel aged like those beers too. So
I love bourbon barrel aged beer, especially when they taste like bourbon and actual beer. It just tastes so good. I mean, thanks to you guys, I got into that stuff. Thank God. I mean, otherwise I would have missed out. So yeah. Well, I guess it's my turn.
Wait, somebody's got a question for Michael.
Yeah, I'm looking it up on the bottle now. Let's see what the ABV is. It's got to be here somewhere. Now I'll look it up, but I think it's.
I bet you it's 20. No,
it's not going to be 20.
Probably like 12 or 10.
Let me look it up. It may be on the bottle and I'm missing it, but I could look it up.
Oh,
so Alex, do you have any? Are you going to have Food Friday again next week?
Yeah, back to Food Friday this week. Because I was just wanted to relax. I got home a little late. I said, you know what, I'll do it on Saturday. I'm not going to end my show. I was just doing it that one time. And then if I do a Saturday thing again, it's because I was late or something like that. I always call my YouTube friends and let them know we're doing it the next day or we're doing it whenever. You know, I'm just that kind of person. I will let everybody know what's going on. So, yeah, I didn't. I think I made a video saying I was going to do it. And that's what I did. So that was good. So,
What about this Friday?
this Friday we're going to be doing French toast and beer. If you can get a French toast beer, fine. If not, just bring any beer. Because sometimes those beers are kind of hard. I've never had a French toast beer yet, but I've been wanting to get a French toast beer. So French toast and beer for Food Friday this week. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget, like Michael said, Stout Sunday, back to Johnny Boy's channel. John and Nelly. If you don't know John and Nelly, just look up Georgia Beer Reviews. But Stout Sunday at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard and 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. So get your stouts on, please. Please do that.
Please do that. Well, there's the answer to the question.
Yep, that's what it is. 11.6% alcohol. So it's in the range of some of them. It's not as high as some. I mean, we've seen, ones that are in the 14, 15. Some of the Bourbon County are over 15. So but this is less, but I think the champagne yeast, from what I remember, made it more interesting than other bourbon barrel aged stouts that I've tried. But I haven't had it in a long time. I'd like to try it again.
Hey, Michael, I'm curious.
Yes.
Hold on. Wait, I was right though, because I said between 12 and 10, right? So
yes, you were exactly correct. What's Alex's question? Go ahead.
I was wondering, Michael, do you have a big bottle of the CBS? I'm going to be trying to get them. You do? Okay.
I do, from 2018.
Good, because I'm at my Total Wine. I'm going to try to go today because I don't want to lose my chance. I've been wanting to get big bottles of CBS ever since I've known about them. And I want to get them today before they run out. I don't know what it is, but I don't know why, but I want a big bottle of it.
my friend David has a big bottle.
Go ahead.
My friend David has a big bottle with the rider still on the horse. But I mean, I'll probably be 100 years old before I take it. So
well, that was that. I believe the last year of that was between 2016, 2017.
yeah,
I believe
2017. But that's a pipe dream. I mean, I'm not even going to entertain that. I shouldn't even mention it.
What's interesting, Alex, is since they came out with the 12-ounce bottle in 2019, the only chance you have to find the older bottles is if they didn't sell through and your place, like maybe your Total Wine still has some old stock from 2018 or 17, whatever. You may end up paying more money because of that. But
I looked it up. It's $21.
Okay, well, that's a good price.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a lot of money if I buy a couple bottles.
We were trying to arrange a vertical with Miscellaneous and Josh and myself, possibly for next Saturday, but we couldn't do it because Miscellaneous had a conflict. But you'd be welcome if you find one to join us if we're ever able to find a mutually acceptable date, or in this case, it'd be 3 people involved. And I don't think David Garlapede is going to come on with us to do it, so it's probably unlikely.
Well, wait a minute, doesn't David Garlapede like barrel aged beer?
He does, but he doesn't come on. He doesn't come on these kind of events.
He ain't gonna do it.
I've seen him once.
He's on Jay's reviews all the time.
I know, no. I'm saying I see him once in this room. I think where Ron Terry.
But that ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Believe me.
But it happened once, though. It happened once. You got him once in that same room that you're in now. Okay. Once, and it was a live stream.
Oh yeah, that's because my camera broke.
It was a live stream.
Yeah, and Sony was giving me trouble. I ended up having to go buy a new camera, and the refund that they had on their warranty was no good. All right.
Sorry, Ron. I'm sorry. I was just hoping that you get them on again live.
So this is from Hop Valley.
Here's something that just showed up last week, and I was like, "What is this?" It just showed up unannounced at Mathern's in these 12 packs.
What's these beers? Would you tell us, Ron?
Oh, Michael. Well, this one is Mango Stash, 6%. We won't pay any mind to that. It's from Oregon. These are from Oregon. This one is called Stash Panda Hazy IPA.
You're right.
They use something called cryo hops. I didn't know anything about this company. I never heard of this company. It just like appeared. So I started getting on the internet research. The next one is 6.2 and it's called Bubble Stash. Bubble Stash. I'm telling you, I don't know. I was just like caught off guard. And then this fourth one in the variety pack is called Cryo Stash Imperial IPA, and it is 8.7. I figured, well, I know nothing about Hop Valley. It's $18.99 for a 12-pack of craft beer. That's really not a bad deal these days. I'm getting 4 varieties, 3 cans each. Can't hurt. So I bought it. And I don't know if y'all get Hop Valley, but like I said, that was off my radar until last week.
Well, I mean that for some reason this craziness, the pandemic and stuff, it's crazy that you find. So I guess it's a blessing. It's wrong for what's going on, but it's a blessing that you find these crazy beers, these awesome beers.
But I don't
right
think the pandemic had anything to do with any of this. I just think the availability and varieties have always been like hit or miss around here, and just they pop up, they show up.
Oh, okay. I thought something changed there for a minute.
Yeah.
So I'll wait till Jay gets back because I have one more show and tell item.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward. So I'm going to get these big bottles. I need to get them today because I don't know. Get them today or next couple of days because I don't know if Total Wine is going to ever get them again. They're probably not. I need to get it. I'll be right upset.
Alex, the price you're getting for if it's $21.99 is a good price.
It is.
Jay, this is something which it's possible you've seen. And Alex, I don't know if you've seen this or not. Everybody knows about my previous affiliation to Mangoes with that Founders Mango Fantastico, whatever it was. Now Yingling has something out.
Oh yeah, Raging
Have you
Eagle.
heard about this?
We get 12 packs in the singles.
I've never seen that.
This is called Raging Eagle, and this is in a 24-ounce can. It's a mango beer with natural mango flavor. And this is
I love mango beers.
at 6%. Now, this was brought over by one of my daughter's friends yesterday. We were celebrating Mother's Day a day early because my sister's fiance, they have to spend the day with his mother today. So we spent the day with them yesterday. And a friend came over and he brought this. And we were drinking IPAs, so I got to keep it, which is nice. It's definitely something I wouldn't drink completely by myself because it's a 24-ounce can. So I would like to share this with somebody at some point. But
how about Audrey? How about Audrey, your wife?
I don't know. She might not be. She likes fruit beer. She might like this. It's possible she'd like it.
Okay.
Now there are people who like the Mango Magnifico. So it's not. Maybe it was a bad bottle. I don't know. That was Giant Space Monkey and me, and it was. We didn't like it, but maybe it was a bad bottle. I've heard from other people who've liked it. So
I don't know how close. Yeah, well, I've had some mango beers that were good and some that were trash. But it wasn't the case of the mangoes. It was the case of the production of it.
Right. This has like an eagle. Do you see the eagle on the side? Cute little eagle.
Yeah.
That is. Oh yeah.
It reminds me of the Philadelphia Eagle, and I'm a Giant fan, so we don't like Philadelphia Eagles, but it's a separate. It's a divisional rivalry. I don't like Cowboys or the former team named Redskins either, but that's all interdivisional rivalries. And Jay, you're a football fan, so you understand. But
I still think it's wrong what they did.
I don't understand why the Dallas Cowboys would be in the Eastern Division, but
it's an old thing. Alex, you're actually in the Philadelphia market, even though you live in New Jersey. Because people in your area are Philadelphia fans. And even if you are, I won't hold it against you. It's just that
I'm not into sports, so you're golden either.
Okay, but I'm just saying there are people who live in Cherry Hill who are Eagle fans. There's no question about it.
That's true. That's true.
And that's it.
Yeah, Alex doesn't keep up with sports.
It's okay.
I did pick up some beers from a company that stabbed us all in the back, but that's another video for another day. I bought 3 cans. I didn't know if I should do it. But I said, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I always do say that I review beers according to what they are, not some political agenda or whatever. So I bought 3 cans, but I do have some interesting props to put in the videos. But anyway, hey, well.
Hey, Ron, do you have those cans with you now so we can take a look at it?
Do you want to show them?
I figured I had showed enough. I didn't want to bore. I didn't want.
If you want to show them,
Ain't boring me.
I think I was bored.
We're not bored. We're having a good time.
Ron's a trip. I love him.
He's having a good time. It's okay. I like
Ron's show and tell. I like his stuff. It's just cool, especially you.
Me too.
I mean, he's like the beer master of collecting beers. I mean, you got beer bottles behind him. I mean, come on, it's perfect.
Too many, really. All right, so this is not now. The beers might be good. Okay, you know, I don't know what they're going to be because I never tried them. Born on April 21st.
West Wago from West. That's an IPA?
Yeah, it says IPA on the bottom there.
Yeah, West Coast IPA.
Who's the brewer?
West We Go.
West Wago. I never heard of that.
It's definitely from Louisiana because I could see the logo in the middle. It's definitely from Louisiana.
Valberg Brewing. Have you had their other beers before?
Yes, many times.
I've never had anything from Valberg.
I never even heard of it.
8% alcohol. Well, Faubourg is pronounced Faubourg.
Faubourg, okay.
It means neighborhood in French. It means neighborhood.
And this is their golden Cypress wheat ale.
5.25%.
Is this a New Orleans beer?
It's definitely New Orleans because I could see in the middle.
Well, it could be Louisiana without being New Orleans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See that logo? Yeah, Louisiana. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Unless I'm reading it wrong.
No, it's correct. It looks like a local New Orleans beer. So how do you feel about this company, Jay? Do you have a feeling?
Look at this 7.2 Datsuma. Yeah, I have a lot of feelings about it. I'll show you what it used to be called until they changed the name. And about 2 months ago, let me see. Let me look around here.
It's probably beer.
Jay has a lot of beer history there too. If you look at his collection there, plus he has other old cans and bottles all over, which he saved with the beer history. So he's got a lot of stuff. I have some cans and bottles, but nothing like.
Yeah, but none of those beers were opened. There's beer still in them from years ago. You never opened them.
Oh, so this it's Faubourg. It's pronounced Faubourg.
Yeah.
Used to be Dixie. Wow, I didn't know. I've had Dixie before.
I've been looking for Dixie beers. Now they changed the name. Damn it.
So they're no longer brewing anything called Dixie.
They said the name Dixie was offending people because of history or something. What the name Dixie meant.
Dixie means the South, and people don't like that. That's crazy.
It's what they used to call the old Southern.
Why would that be offensive? It's just a name.
I don't know of anybody who ever complained about it.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because that's been going on for hundreds of years. That brewery is probably how many years old? It's probably
1907.
Okay, so close enough. And
so my friend David's not going to be happy when he sees me reviewing these 3 beers. He's going to say, "You're a traitor. You gave in to them, you know."
No, see, the difference, Jay, you're a beer reviewer who wants to show the people who watch your station that you're willing to review anything. And the history doesn't bother you to the point that you're going to, turn on and not review their beer.
Yeah, but you know how David is. He is very strict on.
David's a little bit more of a hard liner when it comes to, specific things, I guess. And he feels.
I don't know. I'm pretty hard line now. So Dixie, that made a lot. So this is a very controversial beer right now in Louisiana, and a lot of people are saying, never, I'll never drink it. I'll burn my stuff before I drink it. So it's Faubourg. People are saying Faubourg, and now there's people making memes. Faux, Faubourg. That's the French word for fake. Fake berg. So
it's
anyway,
weird. Ever since the virus hit, people have turned weird. I don't want to be mean, Michael, but I want to know. It just seems weird to me that once this hit, people changed.
No, I think, Alex, you're right, but I don't think it has anything really to do with beer distribution, so to speak. Now, companies have gone out of business because of the pandemic when they weren't able to sell their beer and they weren't able to, make money and pay, mortgages or whatever else they had going. So people went out of business. But I agree with Jay. It didn't affect the distribution. The same beer is still being sent wherever it's going, and it's going.
My point is, Michael, they changed the names though.
Well, that's in this case, but in this case, it has nothing to do with the pandemic. It's they find the name to them, that they maybe want to sell more, but they're not fooling anybody. If everybody knows it was formerly Dixie, they're going to anger people. So
here's what they made years ago, and they're still making it, but now it's called Faubourg. It's not Dixie, but it used to be back in the 90s. I bought this in 1996.
Oh, so when you first started drinking. Okay.
And that's Voodoo. Was it Blackberry Voodoo? Is that what it is? Yep. So you've tried that one before, Jay? Blackberry Voodoo?
He's obviously tried it.
Not Blackberry. Not Blackberry.
Read the Blackened Voodoo. Okay.
It's a dark lager.
Okay. Is that a good beer?
Very good.
Right. The only Dixie I've ever had is their lager. The one you showed first. That's the only one I've ever had.
Yeah,
I haven't had any of the.
Talking about this one.
Right. That's the one I've had. Dixie Lager. That's the one I've had.
Oh, wait a minute. What's that picture? I guess that's the owners of the Dixie Lager beers, I guess.
Nah, they're just trying to make it. They're just trying to make it look like an old turn of the century barroom scene.
Oh,
it's obviously just a staged black and white photo. Trying to make it look old, but
it still upsets me though they got rid of Dixie's name, because I've been wanting to find Dixie beers because I know they're good because you've had them before, Ron, multiple times.
Here's the funny thing about it. Apparently, they're still going to make a beer called Dixie beer in limited quantities. And why are they going to keep making Dixie beer in limited quantities to make available from time to time?
That don't make sense. If you're going to change the name completely. Don't continue.
Yeah, but Michael, you know why they're going to still make Dixie beer from time to time in limited quantities?
I guess they're going to are they using it for something specific? I have no idea. Why would they continue to?
What happens if you don't use a name? What happens if you don't use a name?
Oh, then you can't. Then somebody else could use it, right? Somebody else could use the name if they don't continue to have it, I guess.
If you don't use a trademark for 7 years,
then it goes away.
It expires, and anyone can begin to use that trademark.
Well, they can't use it for 7 years, though. They can't use it until 7 years.
If they did not make Dixie beer for 7 straight years, the trademark would expire.
Right. True that.
And then and you know as well as I do, immediately as soon as that happened, what would happen? Another company would immediately come out with Dixie beer. That's why every once in a while, about every 5 years, Pabst Brewing Company comes out with about 50 cases of Falstaff beer and sells it in like Hidalgo, Texas, along the Mexican border where there's no market for it. And why did they still sell Falstaff?
Because they don't want somebody else to use the brand.
Falstaff is a Louisiana beer too, isn't it?
No, it's nationwide beer. So if they don't sell,
it was a national beer 40 years ago.
Oh,
right. So they still produce this, but not in reality. They don't produce it.
So I'll have to have you send me some, Ron, when we hang out in person.
You can't get it anymore, Alex.
But he just said
he said it. They produce it and drop it in Hidalgo on the border, and then that's it.
Oh.
And then when somebody tries to say the trademark expires, then Pabst can say, oh, no. And they've got documents showing that it was produced, but not in a meaningful sense. It's only produced in a legal sense.
Oh, okay.
So that's what Dixie's going to do. But see, Dixie is dirty because they're saying this name is offensive to people. This name is not appropriate for the 2020s. Well, if it's not appropriate and if it's offensive, why are you still going to produce it?
Yeah, and you have to remember there is a Dixie mob too, the Dixie State Line mob or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, well that's a different organized crime. Is a little bit different. All right. Any last comments?
I'm just saying.
Right, the Dixie Mafia. Right, the Dixie Mafia. Carlos Marcello and all of them.
I guess my last thoughts are that everybody should have a good day on Mother's Day and celebrate it to whatever extent you can. Mine is gone, but
that's what us three guys, we three guys have in common today. For one thing,
it's my
mom's gone. Obviously, I guess what you just said, Ron, and Mike, I already knew about yours because you said it. Like I think it was a year ago when she passed away, right?
December of 2019.
So 2 years ago, almost 2 years. Okay,
a little bit more than a year ago.
So that's why we are here on Mother's Day, because we have no mother to go see, but other people are actually visiting their mothers. So,
which is good though, Ron. It's good.
Well, yeah, it's more important than doing beer reviews, obviously. Well, anyway, I have a stout for next Sunday. I'm not going to show it, but I don't know anything about it. When I picked up that coffee shop assault vehicle, I picked the other one up. Yeah, the Dixie chicks are now just the chicks. Yeah.
Hey, Ron, I'm curious. Yes, you're not the mother. You're not the mother of your daughter, but still, I was thinking it's the same mother, I'm assuming, right? With your daughter. So I'm thinking maybe you should just go hang out with your daughter today. Why not?
She's in Mississippi, though, Alex. It's not like she's close by.
No,
I'm sorry.
In Alabama.
She's in Alabama. Okay, she's in Alabama.
So I'm sorry.
Right around them. How far? How many hour drive, Jay? Is it if you were going to visit her? So it's 6 hours, Alex. It's not like it's a short trip.
I know she was once upon a time closer to him. That's why I didn't know she moved away.
Yeah, she used to live in this house, but she grew up and moved away. So.
Oh no! I used to see you do lots of beer reviews with her. That's why I thought she was close.
Yes, because when she was in college, she was going to the University of New Orleans, which was only 34 miles away, so it was very easy.
Oh, okay.
When she moved to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, which was 5 hours away. Well, then you stopped seeing as many beer reviews with her. And then she moved an hour further northeast, which made it even less likely. But if she lived around here, I'm sure we would do a lot of reviews, because she'd probably call me on the phone and say, hey, let's do whatever, because she's always finding that. Yeah, she finds all kind of craft beers in Birmingham, they get a whole different set. What they get, we basically don't get, and what we get, they don't get. It's sort of like New Jersey.
My daughter lives about 2 miles away, and I see her at least a couple of times a week. So it's a good thing, and she's going to be married next year, so she's doing all that planning now.
I hope to one day see Ron.
She's not really
She's not a beer. Her fiance is more of a beer person. You saw him one night on Wild Card Wednesday.
Yeah, he was right next to you on the other seat.
Next to me one time. They were here yesterday, and we drank a couple of IPAs while he was here. It's and his name is Chris. He's a nice guy. Very nice. That's it.
All right, I'm going to shut up now.
Okay. Are we ready to wrap it up?
Yeah. All right. So that's it, folks. It's been over an hour. We had a good time. We hanging out and everything. But that's it. We're going to close it out. So very nice. And we had 3 outstanding products, or at least most excellent products. And hopefully people will join me Wednesday for Kona. I don't know if it will. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for everybody for joining, and have a great Mother's Day week.
Jay, thanks for hosting.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for joining, you and Alex.
Thanks,
Michael.
legendary Ron. Appreciate you.